All right, sad moment. My hiking shirt is a casualty of hiking, and I said an eulogy on Constantine's video, and it's gonna be hard for me to top that. So essentially, this shirt's been through some miles, thousands of miles, and it's sprung a leak. So my old friend is gone, and thankfully Walmart had his replacement. So
it's too painful to relive those emotions.
Yeah, it's tough, but gotta do what you gotta do. So we're heading out of town today. Just finished our road walk on Highway 27. Now we are on County Road 720, which is our reroute around some construction areas on the dike around Lake Okeechobee. So in 10 miles or so, maybe a little more, we can get back on the dike and then not have to worry about any more construction and just be able to cruise. We're looking forward to for maybe some cool breeze off the lake, because it's cloudy today, but it is the most humid it's been since arriving in Florida, and it definitely feels like the most I've sweat, or at least the most sweaty I've felt since being in Florida. So I don't know what's that about, but yeah, we're rocking our miles back, and got a big section coming up. Might be 250 miles or so before I get another shower. I think we get a resupply in the middle, but you know, it's a long ways, and you know, a lot can change. So here we go. Well, by this update video, I was hoping to be on trail and to show you the lake and show you all the nice scenery, but I'm still on a road. And unfortunately, that's gonna be for the next 5 miles. And pretty much the rest of the day is gonna be on road. We came to this knowledge from a nice trail angel who kind of gave us the good news, bad news scenario without asking us which one we wanted first. She was very nice and filled up our water bottles, and then told us that after Moorhaven, the trail was closed for the next 3 miles. So we'll have to do the 5+ mile alternate before getting back on trail. That's how it goes sometimes. You just gotta laugh it off and say the trail's messing with you, which it obviously is. Constantine and I are laughing because we know if Sai sees this, we know what he's gonna say, and it's more reason why he decided not to come with us on this Florida trail. How did he know that in the first 5 days most of it would have been on road? Yeah, leave it up to Houdini for knowing the magic. Anyways, we're gonna crush this out and get to trail as soon as we can. Out here on the road walk, we're nearly there. I had a choice if I was gonna just limp the road walk, because I mean, my left Achilles is feeling a little sore, you know? So I could have just limped it. I could have just limped it here. Constantine would have been way ahead of me. But you know what? I thought this is a great opportunity to get fucking after it, you know? And turn on a little gray animal. Turn that switch on inside me, and like I said, get after it. So that's what I'm doing. We're almost done. We're killing it out here.
Oh, you don't know me?
We're gonna get to that lake.
Oh,
Well, it's something.
it's something, but we are actually on trail.
It's not really the lake view I was looking for, but it's
Oh my
something.
God.
We're on trail. We're on trail. So we made it on trail, and we're gonna camp, because if we don't, we get back onto the road and we don't really have any good camp options in the daylight time available. So we crushed the end of it, and you know, finished today on a high note with a pretty sweet camp on the marshy banks of the Okeechobee. So I'll show you around. We got our palm trees, we got a picnic bench, we got a shelter, we even got a fire pit if we so desire. And what's nice is we can actually drink this water.
No coke, no problem.
Yes, depending on how bold you are, you can sip right from the banks like a gazelle. Another day on the Florida Trail. Got up this morning before dawn, and thankfully the mosquitoes weren't quite as terrible then, and it wasn't raining, so our stuff is damp from all the humidity that's suffocating the area in us right now. But for the most part, stuff's dry, so we will be able to set up relatively dry camp whether it rains or not today, which looking by the clouds is seemingly quite likely. We're on a paved bike path area right now, so it's better than road, but it's still got that same feeling.
Is it a duck?
It might as well be a road walk.
If it quacks like a duck and it feels like a duck, it might be a duck, Hardy.
Yeah, I think the consensus is growing that it's just a road walk without cars, which is better than a road walk with cars. But
it's a cute duck.
It's a cute duck, yeah. Yep. But yeah, we'll keep going, and at some point they gotta give us some dirt trail. I know I've heard it out here. Yeah, you will know when we find it, because we'll be jumping up and down and filming the evidence. So wait for it, because we are too. Still out here on the Great Florida Road Walk. I mean, I guess technically this is a trail, but it's paved, so my feet can't tell the difference between this and a road. But
all I hear are ducks quacking.
I mean, as you can see out here, we found Lake Okeechobee. the great green waters of Lake Okeechobee. And it's pretty crazy. It just looks like a bunch of brush and trees, but no, those are the wave swells. This lake is pretty big, so you know it gets some big swells of rolling green seas. So yeah, pretty beautiful. I think our next break we'll probably jump in for a swim. Yeah, looking forward to seeing the lake. Alright, so we passed by this lock system between some canals in Lake Okeechobee, and we heard that there was a spigot on, so that was our plan, to fill up our bottles there. And you know, it's non-potable, so we filtered it, but as we were turning on the spigot and figuring out how it worked, the attendant to the locks came out and told us that that water is junk and full of stuff, and that his dogs don't even drink it. And you know, was friendly enough to just give us some bottled water instead. And so we took him up on that. But this guy, like quintessential Florida man, what you think he looks like and how he talks and the stories, it was all there. But he was talking about hog hunting with his hunting dogs and big gators that they, you know, 14-15 foot gators that they pulled out of the swamps and barbecued, and of course the swamp ape of Florida, Sasquatch out here. He said that you know, we're gonna be heading into Sasquatch territory soon. He didn't promise us a sighting, but I guess they're out there, so we'll be keeping the eye out. And of course, we're getting into some big hog territory, so he also warned us pretty well about them. And yeah, by the sounds of it, we don't stand a chance if a hog gets mad at us. So we'll see what happens. Looked us over and came to the conclusion that we were unarmed, so he was a little worried about us in that sense. But anyways, what a character, what a nice guy. These are the type of people you enjoy meeting along the trail, because you don't find people like that everywhere. And they're kind of based on the region, you know. Montana or Idaho or Washington has characters, but they're different from the Florida characters or the Arizona characters, and they're just fun to meet along the way. All right, we found some dirt trails. It does exist out here. It feels a lot better than the pavement, let me tell you. We just found a bathroom with some potable water. Came out clear, so that was pretty sweet. We filled up our reservoirs, and now we should be good for pretty much the rest of the day, which is nice. So yeah, some good stuff along the so-called Lake Okeechobee. But yeah, wind's picking up. You can feel the weather moving in a bit, so we'll see how tonight goes. But yeah, glad we found some dirt.
That is what just passed through us. Just a wall of rain. Oh my god, that was some steep stuff. Looks clear for the time being, but wind picked up. That was interesting. Oh my god.
My camera's not waterproof, so I missed any visual evidence of that.
Oh.
But man, these were thick drops. They
Felt like hail.
yeah, it was almost hail-like, and yeah, you felt them when they hit you, and they were blown sideways for a bit. So this is our first taste of what the weather could be today and tomorrow. So thankfully that bit was short-lived, and then we could prepare for the next one.
Can you imagine that was hours? It's gonna rain.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. Just a feeling, gut feeling.
So we decided to get out of that rainstorm and stay one more night in the hotel and watch the Super Bowl and keep our stuff dry just a little bit longer. We'll get our chance to brave the rain tomorrow and in the coming days. So we're just enjoying the dryness, and it'll catch up to us later. Alright, we're back on trail. Got on right where we got picked up yesterday. So far the weather's pretty comfortable. Not very humid, light breeze. I do now have a better waterproofing strategy for my pack and all the stuff in it. So we'll likely get to try that out today. And then up here in a few days, it looks like some much more consistent thunderstorming days, so that's when we'll really get to try it out. So feeling more confident about that. Hopefully the camera will stay dry, and you'll see more of me the rest of the way. But yeah, feels good to be back. Positive miles, and we're getting after it again. Alright, so we are now on the next section, heading up the Kissimmee River. So there's a nice bathroom and water fountain right before this, because once we go in, it looks like you have little choice but to drink from the Kissimmee River, and I guess it's not the cleanest thing. So, I have a decent amount of water packed out. It should last, you know, mostly for the rest of the day. And then hopefully tomorrow we'll run into a spigot about halfway through the day or something. But feels good. On to the next section. Had to switch over the gut hooks map, and we heard also down here is where the hogs are, and maybe the elusive skunk ape. We'll see. But so far a lot of birds. We got pelicans here which is kind of a newer part of the aviary out here than we've seen before. But all the birds hang out together. I don't know if you can see that or not. But, yeah, and we're on trail still, so pretty sweet. Out here, we're still on the road walk. My feet are a little tired of it, but supposedly it's wrapping up soon. And I cannot wait. Alright, we found some trail. Been hiking this for a bit now, and it is quite nice. Much softer than the pavement, and pretty well marked too. It's nice. About a mile and a half from camp, and I think it's 7:20 or so. So wrapping up the day. It is really nice to get back on trail. Oh, and it's pretty out. Big grasslands with lots of vegetation. So, yeah, I'm enjoying this. Much better. Gives you a little boost of energy when you like what you're walking on, huh? Morning. Out here on another road walk. Woke up pretty early to some rain and more just like mist hanging in the air. It's still around us, but it was thick this morning, and had to like climb this ladder thing to get over a fence, which was super slippery. It was kind of fun. But yeah, we're heading to the church now to get some more water and keep on our way. I think the campsite we have today isn't terribly far away, so should be a pretty easy day. And yeah, that's it. Alright, just got some water from the lovely Kingdom of God Embassy. I'm not necessarily one for organized religion, but man, these hiker churches sure do a good job of convincing me, so we'll see if I ever hit one on a Sunday. Might go in. Alright, back to it. Where are you going?
I want to see if I can balance pads for one of these things.
Oh.
Oh, that's a big game. Oh, dude.
Nice.
Please don't fall, because I don't want to reach in there, Patrick. Please don't fall.
Man, we are in the swamps and the woods now. It's wild out here. I just tried to capture this crazy looking spider with my camera and it couldn't quite do it. It had like these orange spikes and yellow and black coloring. It was wild looking and I couldn't quite capture it, unfortunately. So Constantine got quite a bit ahead of me while I was trying to film that spider, or take a picture of that spider. And then there was this bit of road and it was a little confusing of where the orange blazes went. And so I went down that way for a bit and then realized it was wrong, went back, found the trail, and as you just saw, I'm running into spider webs again. So I suspect that Constantine got lost on that road. So hopefully we see him again. I suspect we will. He'll catch on eventually and either get over here or meet up ahead. But I found an orange tree. Look at that. Look at that. Now this is tempting. That one over there looks nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to try to grab an orange. Don't think that's quite ripe. Let's just squeeze another one. Oh, spider webs. Oh. Bummer. I don't think the oranges are ripe. They're a little hard, so I'm not gonna pick them. That's really too bad, because those look juicy, but they're hard. So we'll keep going. Well, I had to backtrack a bit. I realized my sunglasses had fallen off, and I suspected that it was where I tripped a little whiles back. I caught myself, but it was like, oh, that's gotta be the place. So I backtracked for a bit, and sure enough, found my glasses, so we are whole again. But I still haven't run into Constantine. Found a nice spot in the woods to refertilize, and I'm sitting here taking a little extra break because hopefully Constantine will catch up, because I really don't see any tracks of him in front of me, anything I can really misconstrue as him in front of me. Like, I don't even see his trekking pole mark in the sand, so I think he's behind me. Alright, I had to get out of that spot because the mosquitoes found me. So we'll press on and see what we see. Alright, found out Constantine's ahead of me, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Now I'm just rocking to our meeting point. So we are gonna get after it. All right, been trying to chew through some miles, so I haven't done an update in a bit, but found Constantine. He was off trail for a bit, but he bushwhacked on and was ahead of me, and dried out my stuff, so my stuff will be at least a little more dry tonight than it was this morning, so that's good. We got about 8 miles till the campsite tonight. It's about 3:20. Just took like a 35-minute break to dry out the stuff, and so I'll be cutting it tight with the mosquito timing, but you know, it is what it is. So I'll try to show you Constantine up ahead. He left before me, but for proof that indeed he is alive and well and ahead of me. Really cool trail back here, but the last bit was clunky and mucky and steamy, and you know, not easy given all those factors, but you know, that's all part of it. So good times on trail. We are within 3 miles of camp. It's about 4:30, a little after 4:30, but we should be able to get there well within the peak mosquito time. So that is good news. And we've just filled up water, courtesy of Mike, the water boy. Man, he's a lifesaver. Picked up water from his caches twice today, and man, he does a good job. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate all the trail angels that stock water caches, but Mike, today has been your day, so thank you. Well-deserved name of water boy. That's good. So we got plenty of water for tonight, and to start tomorrow we'll get a little more information at camp about when we can expect the next good source, and we'll adjust accordingly. But right now, feeling good. Gonna end the day well. Plenty of time to finish my push-ups for the day. So, you know, it's been a grind. Haven't been talking to the camera too much in the past few hours, but you know, we're still getting it done. Well, my next update was supposed to be when I got to camp, but as you can see, I'm still hiking. We got sidetracked by some trail angels and trail maintenance workers that served us up some dinner. We got some Reuben sandwiches and some good conversation, and got to talk to the people that, you know, keep the Florida Trail nice and cruisy as much as it is. She does the white blazes. Yeah, she does. We now know why the two-tone blazes are out. This is some of her work. Let's see. Those two-tone blazes that make it easy to see day or night. And so yeah, awesome to meet them, and we got some food. But while we were sitting there, my map also updated and added another 1.5 miles until camp. So it's gonna be a dark one when we get in today, and I think we'll get to experience hiking in the mosquito zone. So it is what it is. We got some sandwich and some grub out of it, so I think you know, we were paying for the meal, but it was well worth it. So that's what's going on. We got under 4 to camp, and probably won't hear from me until then. All right, as you might be able to tell, I am in my camp, in my tent. We made it here just before sundown and got in just as the mosquitoes were swarming. So perfect timing. Unfortunately, I didn't get to finish my push-ups today, so we're back to 1 day behind starting tomorrow. But I ran a good bit of the last 4 miles and kept a good pace the rest of the way. So, you know, if there's any saving grace, then that's it, and we'll try to get back on track tomorrow. I am super sweaty, my legs are super dirty, so this might be a bit of an uncomfortable night, but it's good to be safe from the bugs and get some rest before I think a bigger day tomorrow. Not sure if we're going to be out of the swamps or not, but you know, that's for tomorrow, and we'll see what comes when we get there. Morning, morning. As a friend of mine says, good start. We're about a little over an hour into the morning. Nice and cool. Some moisture out, but not nearly as much as yesterday. And yeah, we get trail to start today, so that's nice. Not sure how long it'll last, but it's cool being down here in the jungle in the morning. So we'll see what today brings, but that's what's going on now. Yeah, hopefully you don't stand on a rotten board though.
You said that I almost went to the nastiest wood.
Yeah, I know.
Blue. At least part
Part of it.
Yeah. That feels
alligatory.
Yeah, that feels quite gatory.
No one here right now.
We could have afforded it.
You could have, but really it would have only given you maybe a mile.
Yeah, I also don't.
All right, we just stopped off at Cowboy Crossing. Sweet little spot, and the cherry on top of that place is it's got a pitcher pump. So we got all our water. I packed out about 3 liters, and that might be a little extra, but I don't like to play around with dehydration, especially out here, because all the mist and moisture blew off, burned off, and we're now out on this dirt road, well exposed. And I think that's what we got for the foreseeable future. So no more mist. It's gonna get quite warm, and yeah, but we got water, so we're good. And I knocked out a decent amount of push-ups, so almost done with yesterday's quota, and we'll be able to get today's done, hopefully. So, man, you got 360 views out here. But yeah, keep on walking. All right, and the day continues. We're about 16, 17 miles in. Got another 14 and a half or so to go. We just got to take a break at this RV camp, sit in the shade, grab some water, get off the feet for a moment. And yeah, Constantine and I agree that we're in the full swing of the through hiking game now. So we got another 6 miles until we plan on taking another break at another camp with a water source. I think it's gonna be pretty exposed until then again. Get some shady spots right now while I'm filming, but up ahead it doesn't look anything like that. So we're gonna keep moving and get to the next spot and rehydrate there and, you know, do it all over again. We just ran into some monster gators. Fortunately, I wasn't quick enough to catch them on my camera, so you're gonna have to rely on Constantine.
Oh yeah.
But I saw them. You know, they were approaching man-eater size. Definitely would put the hurt on if they got a hold of you.
They could swallow your leg.
Yeah, easily. We made it to the northern boundary camp. I just finished drying out all my stuff and packing up. Constantine's left by now. He's probably a little bit far ahead of me, but we'll end up at the same place tonight. I had to bandage up or like wrap my bandana around. I had to wrap bandanas around both my armpits to prevent some chafing. This shirt, it's not as good as the old one. But anyways, I gotta get going, fill my water bottle, and keep crushing some miles. Hopefully though, with Constantine out so far ahead, if there are any gators, they'll have enough time to pop back out so I can see them. So, hoping for that. And yeah, that's what's going on. Alright, so I caught up to Constantine. We are under 1.5 miles to camp. Met some interesting folks back at the I think it's pronounced Kissimmee RV campground, or I guess it's, I don't know. It's open campground where you can pull an RV in. But yeah, some cool people. I guess some folks that could have been on Naked and Afraid if filming didn't get delayed. And then another guy who sounds like he just makes his own hiking routes and has got some interesting past trips and interesting ones coming up. So yeah, I didn't get to hear too much from either of them because I was just trying to get my miles back and catch up to Constantine. But he was chatting it up and hearing all the good stories, so hopefully some of them might get relayed back to me. But yeah, hiking in sunset, so beautiful views, but I think we're gonna be paying for them in bug bites. So, you know, that's life, right? The reward and payment. Payment and reward. Right, this is end of day 10. We got into camp right as it was getting dark, but was able to set up just in time to sneak in before too many mosquitoes were awakened and such. Yeah, not much to do other than as sticky as ever, and this light's annoying, so I'm gonna go to sleep and talk to you tomorrow.